What if I told you that the tension in your marriage is not about communication or romance or trying harder? It might be hormones. Here is a part nobody says out loud. It might not be you. It might not be him. The culprit might be perimenopause. Hi, I'm Tina. I'm 54. I'm currently riding the unpredictable wave of perimenopause. And I explore this concept in depth in my book, The Expert Guide to Menopause and Marriage, where I look at how this life transition affects both partners and present them with practical solutions they need. And this is where it gets interesting, because if you are between 35 and 50 and thinking, why do I feel different? Why does everything feel harder? Why is he breathing so loud? This video might help you see your relationship differently. And the latter part of the video is where I offer 4 practical steps that can help you and your relationship right now. Let's get into it. Mariam is 43, smart, funny, capable. Judah is 44, a decent guy. He leaves cabinet's door open, but never mind, he's decent. They have been married for 15 years and suddenly everything is off. Mariam is exhausted, but can't sleep. She's napping over small things, and this is becoming increasingly frequent. She feels invisible. She's tearful all the time. Her libido, missing, possibly on vacation. But let's be serious. Judah feels confused. He thinks, did I do anything wrong? Is she unhappy? Is this about us? He's really confused, especially because the more he tries to fix the situation, the worse it gets. Sounds familiar? Does it ring a bell? Please write a yes in the comment section if you can relate to this case. But here is the twist. Mariam isn't falling out of love. She's in perimenopause, and no one told her what this would actually feels like. And I'm not surprised, because no one told me either. When I first entered my perimenopause journey, I felt like I was hit by a truck nobody warned me about. Perimenopause is the transition period before menopause. It can start as early as your mid-30s. Yes, 30s. According to the North American Menopause Society, known now as the Menopause Society, perimenopause can last from 4 to 8 years. And during that time, estrogen and progesterone, your key hormones, fluctuate widely. They're really wide. They may decline, yes, but fluctuation is the turning point here, proper to perimenopause. Think of it as a plane landing, where perimenopause is the turbulent descent, where the engines are sputtering and the altitude is jumping up and down. Not surprising then that the Harvard Health Publishing called perimenopause the rocky road to menopause. According to the Menopause Society, this is where you witness the hormonal roller coaster that will affect your mood, your sleep, your memory, your sex drive, but also it may come with anxiety, heart palpitations, migraine, changes in menstrual cycle, flow and frequency, more stress sensitivity, shortness of breath, or dyspnea. I do cover the experience that I have with shortness of breath in another video. I'll put the link somewhere in the description for you. The list doesn't stop there, but one thing is clear. Perimenopause and its subsequent mood disorders are not just in her head. Funny enough, I heard several people saying it's all in your head, so get on with it. That is simply not accurate, because this is a neurochemical issue, and this is supported by research I present in another video. And here is where marriages start to wobble, because nobody connects the dots. Let's try to do just that. But before this, back to Mariam and Judah. Mariam start thinking, why am I so angry? Why don't I feel attracted? Why do I feel alone even when he's sitting next to me? And on the other hand, this is what Judah was thinking. She doesn't respect me. She's pulling away. Maybe we've grown apart. Mariam, estrogen has dipped, affecting serotonin and dopamine in the process, the same brain chemicals or neurotransmitters that control mood and connection. They just can't help it because estrogen regulates these neurotransmitters. And since estrogen is not properly doing its job, they go out of balance and your mood or your good mood is quickly replaced by opposite feelings. According to several research papers, hormone fluctuations during perimenopause are strongly linked to increased risk of depression and mood disorder. Let's be clear, this isn't weakness, it's biology. But wait, that's not all. Let's address the elephant in the room. Or shall I just say the elephant in the bedroom? Now, let's look at the number that often feels like a heavy weight in the room. Research, including the landmark SWAN study, show that up to 40% of women report a significant decrease in sexual desire during perimenopause. If you are in that 40%, I want you to hear this clearly. You are not broken. You are not losing your spark. What you are experiencing is a biological mismatch. What that means is that your brain desire center is currently navigating a hormonal storm. The reality of that is that it is its priority right now. So when estrogen and testosterone, yes, women also have testosterone, fluctuate widely, your body gas pedal for intimacy can feel stuck. Now, after that, the brain fog and the sleepless night, and no wonder your libido has taken a backseat. It's not that you don't love your partner or your husband. It's that your internal operating system is busy running a major update. That's priority. This is a physiological phase. However, be reassured. The reason this 40% stat matters is not to scare you, it's to normalize you. Once we understand that this is a physiological phase, we can stop the shame cycle and start looking at the solution that actually work for midlife bodies. Now, I want you to imagine this. You already feel exhausted. You are not sleeping. Your body feels different. You feel less confident. And then your partner or your husband interprets your low libido as rejection. Of course, that creates a feedback loop. Less desire, more pressure, more tension, even less desire. Mariam starts avoiding intimacy conversations. Judah starts feeling unwanted. But remember, nobody is the villain here. Yes, nobody. Here is the part most couples miss. Perimenopause isn't just about attraction. It's also about how you see yourself. Many women in perimenopause are also at career peaks, parenting teens or young adults, caring for aging parents, or re-evaluating their life direction. This is why psychology calls this phase the developmental transition period. Now, add hormone fluctuation on top of that, and it becomes a perfect storm. Harvard Health Publishing notes that sleep disruption alone, common in perimenopause, of course, significantly increases irritability and relationship conflict. Translation: if you haven't slept properly in months, you're not going to respond lovingly to someone chewing loudly next to you. And yes, chewing suddenly becomes a personality flaw. Mariam withdraws emotionally, Judah pursues harder. The classic pursuer-withdrawer cycle. But here is the difference. This isn't rooted in resentment. It's rooted in unrecognized physiological change. When couples don't know that, they personalize it. And that personalization leads to blame, defensiveness. You've changed or you don't care. When the simple truth might be that her nervous system is overloaded. I'm saying that again. Her nervous system is overloaded. So, the real question isn't, is perimenopause ruining my marriage? Like the title of this video suggests. But are we fighting each other instead of fighting the biology together? Yes, that's the real question, my friend. If this video helped you connect a few dots, hit the like button, subscribe, and share it with someone who might need to hear it's not you, it's not your fault. And if you like conversation like this one about midlife and relationship, stick around, because we are not just surviving this phase, we are understanding it, and that changes everything. Name it, name the villain. Research consistently shows that couples who can accurately name stressors experience less marital conflict. If Mariam says, "I think my hormones are affecting me," that shifts the energy from accusation to collaboration. 2. Medical support. Explore hormone therapy. Talk about it to your doctor. I know this isn't for everyone. I'm not saying it doesn't have any flaws. It isn't 100% safe, but it's more evidence-based and safer than people think. To know more about this, you can just visit the Menopause Society website, where they probably have an updated version of this guidance. 3rd, treat sleep like gold. And this is why we often think of relationship tension as a personality or communication problem. But Harvard Health Publishing points the finger at a different culprit: sleep fragmentation. In perimenopause, your brain isn't just tired, it's physically losing its ability to regulate emotion. When night sweat or hormonal shift breaks your sleep, the brakes on your brain, or the wise owl as I call it, the prefrontal cortex, weaken. Suddenly, the amygdala, your emotional alarm or fire alarm system, takes control. Can you imagine what disaster can happen with the fire alarm taking control? You lose the ability to filter your reactions. You scream and snap at anything and everything, even your partner sucks. This is why a tiny comment from your other half or your husband is like a massive attack. I am sure you understand why fixing your sleep isn't just a half goal. It's also a relationship rescue, because when you have quality sleep, you restore your empathy and your patience. Yes, quality sleep restores the broken connection, allowing you to pause, breathe, respond with logic rather than raw irritation. So fix sleep to reduce marital tension dramatically and reconnect. 4. Normalize the libido dip. Your desire isn't broken, it's responsive. Pressure kills it, but safety and reduced stress revives it. So examine your environment, reduce stress to its minimum, and feel how your body reacts to it. I want to hear from you. Have you or your partner noticed relationship changes in your 40s that you didn't expect? Drop a yes if that resonates to you, or just write a comment, because someone else reading this might feel empowered. Let's be honest. If your partner suddenly can't tolerate noise, cry at random TikTok videos, forget why they walk into the room, want to go to bed at 8 o'clock, before assuming your marriage is doomed, Google perimenopause or just come to this channel and watch more insightful videos. Mariam and Judah eventually went to the doctor. They learned what was happening. Judah stopped taking things personally and Mariam stopped blaming herself. They shifted from "what's wrong with us" to "what phase are we in?" Just wonderful. That one shift saved years of resentment. If you are in this stage right now, you are not crazy. You are not broken, and your marriage is not automatically failing. But ignoring it, that's what quietly causes damage.